Knife here is a Spyderco Caribbean with a sheep's foot blade and Lc200n steel. And it's kind of funny about this knife. It's got a funny story. I didn't actually plan on buying this one. I was just looking around at other stuff, and kind of on a whim out of nowhere, just saw it and I was like, whatever. I don't really like it that much, but I've been wanting to try Lc200n, so why not? I'm gonna give it a shot. And I really ended up liking it a lot. Although it seems like it's got a pretty thick, sturdy blade in the back, the edge geometry on this is, very good. One of the best I've seen from production companies besides Manly Knives. Spyderco always does a pretty good job, but on a knife this big, blade this big. So it sharpened up like a dream. It readily polishes super easy and takes a nice edge, as you can see. It does scratch a little when cutting. I did a lot of cutting with it. But it cuts like a breeze. It just goes through cardboard like nothing. It goes through everything like nothing. But another cool thing, besides being completely rust-proof and having nested liners and compression lock, and pretty cool color that actually grew on me. I really like this texture. And Lc200n hardware everywhere, and the titanium clip. So it's got quite a bit going for it. I do like it a lot, and it is butter smooth. Although the sheep's foot one does have one little tiny issue, is for some reason a lot of people have said the blade hits the lanyard tube right there, barely nicks the tip, I guess you could say, right there. So it puts a tiny, really small, little nick, almost not even visible nick in the edge, so that kind of bothers me. But besides that, being completely rust-proof is pretty cool, not to mention Lc200n is quite tough. I don't know what Spyderco hardens this to. I have no idea, but it performs well and it sharpens well. And one thing I really like about it is when it dulls, unlike most edges, either, they usually smooth out or they blunt. This one I haven't had blunting, which thank God. I hate when edges blunt. But it hasn't smoothed out either. It gets more aggressive with use, which was really weird. So even though it may not be as shaving sharp as it normally is, it still cuts amazing through everything and feels super sharp. So really cool stuff, to say the least. And I've taken it in the pool just for testing out, and put it in water a bit. And what's neat is I ain't got to worry about. You could just flush water through it and not have to worry about water getting in tight spots because it can't rust, pretty much. Guy, I believe his name is Lance Clinton, I think. It goes by the name Surfing Gringo on Spyderco forums. He tested Lc200n quite a bit and claims it's pretty much as rust-proof as H1, but with much better edge retention, especially on plain edge. And no one knows. I think the jury's still out on whether this steel work hardens or not. It can, I think, a little bit, not to the same degree H1 does, but it's normally hardened through heat treatment like pretty much every other steel. Pretty cool stuff, though, and the other nice thing is Sal Glesser designed it. He designed it so that you have the most cutting edge, and that's one thing. I always like choils. It's one thing I love about Spyderco is the choils they have on all their knives. But this one, I like that it doesn't. It works very good. You get a nice grip on it, and right past your hand you have edge, like right there. It's, you got edge right there. So you can get close, and it just cuts through everything like a breeze. It just goes right through stuff. It good for food prep, good for stuff around the house, good for EDC. I've been carrying it daily. It fits my pocket pretty good. Doesn't take up that much space, even though it does seem like it would, but it don't. Overall, really nice knife, and I like it a lot. If you're looking for something like this with a compression lock and rust-proof Lc200n, give it a shot. Pretty awesome stuff in my opinion, and I really enjoy it. I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I kind of just bought it not really liking it that much, to be honest, and I kind of fell in love with it since. And I went with the sheep's foot plain edge model, even though it also comes in serrated sheep's foot or their other blade shape, which is kind of similar to the Tenacious, I believe. A little bit. A little more upswept, I think. And you can get that in full serrated as well, which I like full serrated on Spyderco. Normally I don't like full serrations at all, but another one I'm going to have to review very soon is my LC200n Native 5 full serrated. And that's the Spyderco Salt. And this has been a pretty kick-ass knife. I like the way it feels in the hand. Although the serrations are so sharp. I mean, although I've touched them up and they go right back to amazing in an instant, I've been reluctant to use it because I like the way it's so sharp. But of course, I should just use it because I've been able to sharpen their serrations no problem in the past. Hasn't been an issue for me. But I'll be reviewing that one soon if you guys want. Let me know what you think. But the Caribbean so far has been a great knife for me. If you like it or you're thinking about getting one, I say give it a shot. It's pretty cool. If you're like me, I wish you could have all of them. But yeah, so far I've really been liking this. I'd like to know what Spyderco hardens it at. But either way, normally that's a big thing for me, but it performs so well I really don't care what it is. It's been going quite well. Anyway, guys, hope you like my video. Take care. Enjoy your knives. Be safe.